अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, होप यू ऑल आर फाइन। स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम बायो क्लास 9 चैप्टर नंबर 8 शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स सॉल्व करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है हमारे पास, व्हाई इज ट्रांसपायरेशन कॉल्ड नेसेसरी इवल? Transpiration is called a necessary evil because it's essential for plant growth and survival. Yet it also leads to water loss, which can be detrimental. Plants need to transpire too. कह रहे बच्चों, ट्रांसपायरेशन इसलिए जरूरी है प्लांट की ग्रोथ के लिए, सर्वाइवल के लिए। Regulate temperature through evaporation cooling, transport nutrients and sugars throughout the plant, maintain turgor pressure for structural support। कह रहा प्लांट्स को ट्रांसपायर किस लिए करना पड़ता है कि कूलिंग के लिए, टेम्परेचर रेगुलेट करने के लिए, न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड शुगर्स को ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए और टर्गर प्रेशर को मेंटेन करने के लिए। However, excessive transpiration can lead to water stress, reduced growth, and increased susceptibility to disease. This dual nature makes transpiration a necessary process with negative consequences, earning it the label necessary evil. Next question is question number 2. What is the composition of translocating food? Answer is the composition of translocating food, also known as phloem sap, varies depending upon plant species but typically includes sugar 80 to 90%, mainly sucrose, glucose and fructose, amino acids 5 to 10%, building blocks of protein, organic acids 2 to 5%, malic, citric and tartaric acids, hormones, auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins and abscisic acid, minerals 1 to 2%, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and iron, vitamins like B complex vitamins, vitamin C and vitamin E, other compounds, nucleotides, lipids and phenolic compounds. This complex mixture is transported through the phloem tissue from source organ like leaf to sink organ like root, stem and fruit to support growth and development. Next question is question number 3. Why gardeners like to use autumn leaves in their soil? Answer is gardeners like to use autumn leaves in their soil because they enrich soil fertility. Leaves are rich in nutrients like carbon, nitrogen and minerals, improve soil structure. Decomposed leaves add organic matter, increasing soil's water holding capacity and aeration. Next is support beneficial microbes. Leaves provide food for beneficial microorganisms, promoting a healthy soil ecosystem. Act as a natural mulch. Leaf cover suppresses weed, retains moisture, and regulates soil temperature. Enhance soil water retention. Decomposed leaves help soil retain water, reducing the need for frequent watering. By incorporating autumn leaves into their soil, gardeners create a nutrient-rich, well-structured, and biologically active growing medium ideal for plant growth. Next question is, what is the effect of temperature on the rate of transportation? Temperature significantly impacts the rate of transportation of food and nutrient in plant. Optimal temperature 20 to 30 degrees Celsius. Translocation rate is maximum, allowing for efficient nutrient transport. High temperature above 35 degrees Celsius. Translocation rate decreases as high temperature damage phloem tissue and impair nutrient transport. Low temperature below 10 degrees Celsius. Translocation rate slows as cold temperature reduce metabolic activity and nutrient transport. Freezing temperature below 0 degree Celsius. ट्रांसलोकेशन सीजीज यानी completely stop हो जाएगी as ice formation damages phloem tissue and disrupt nutrient transport. Temperature fluctuations can impact plant growth, development and productivity by affecting the rate of translocation. Next question is, write any three osmotic adjustments in hydrophytes. Answer is, here are the three osmotic adjustments in hydrophytes aquatic plants. Salt exclusion. Hydrophytes like mangroves and seagrasses exclude salt from their cells preventing toxic levels of salt from accumulating. Next is soluble carbohydrate production. Aquatic plants like water lilies and cattails produce soluble carbohydrates like sugars and starches which help balance osmotic pressure. Next is turgor pressure regulation. Hydrophytes like algae and waterweeds regulate turgor pressure by adjusting the amount of water in their cells, maintaining cell shape and function despite changing water potential. These osmotic adjustments enable hydrophytes to thrive in aquatic environments with varying water potential and salinity. Next question is, what is the pattern of gas exchange between plant and environment at the time of dawn and dusk? ये बच्चों हमने पीछे भी पढ़ा था. At time of dawn and dusk, the pattern of gas exchange between plants and environment is different from typical daytime pattern. At dawn, stomata pores open slowly, CO2 uptake is low due to low light intensity, O2 release is minimal. Respiration, breakdown of stored sugars continues, releasing CO2 internally. Dusk, at dusk, stomata close gradually, CO2 uptake ceases down due to low light intensity, O2 release slow down, respiration continues, releasing CO2 internally. In summary, during dawn and dusk, gas exchange is reduced and plants rely on stored energy sources. This pattern helps plants conserve water and energy during periods of low light availability. Next question is, why plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen during daytime? Answer is, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen during daytime due to photosynthesis, a vital process that produces energy. Plants convert light energy from the sun into chemical energy in the form of glucose, sugar. Supports growth. Glucose serves as a building block for plant growth, development, and reproduction. Removes CO2. Photosynthesis removes excess carbon dioxide from atmosphere, regulating Earth's climate. Releases oxygen. Oxygen is released as a byproduct essential for survival of most of living organisms, including animals. In summary, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen during daytime to sustain their metabolic processes, grow and thrive, while also benefiting the environment and supporting life on Earth. Next question is, define following terms. कुछ टर्म्स दिए हैं बच्चों, हमने इनको डिफाइन करना है. टर्म्स है हमारे पास ऑस्मोटिक एडजस्टमेंट, ट्रांसपायरेशन, ट्रांसलोकेशन, माइक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स, एक्सक्रीटोफोर्स, वस्कुलर बंडल, जाइलम, एडहियन, कोहेयन. अगर तो आपने ये चैप्टर अच्छी तरीके से समझा तो ये जितनी टर्म्स हैं ये पीछे आ चुकी हैं डिफरेंट टॉपिक्स में और आपको सब क्लियर है. तो अब हम इनको वन बाय वन इनकी डेफिनेशन देखते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हमारे पास है ऑस्मोटिक एडजस्टमेंट, द प्रोसेस बाय विच plants regulate their internal osmotic pressure to maintain water balance and survive in changing environment. Transpiration, the process by which water is transported through a plant from the root to the leaf and is then evaporated into the air as water vapor. Translocation, the movement of nutrients, sugars and other substances within a plant from one part to another, typically through phloem tissue. Micronutrients, essential nutrients required by plants in small quantities including boron, copper, iron, manganese, molybdenum and zinc. Excretophores, specialized roots that excrete excess salts and minerals, helping plants tolerate high salt concentrations. Vascular bundle, a group of specialized tissues, xylem and phloem, that transport water, nutrients, and sugars throughout the plant. Xylem, tissue responsible for transporting water and minerals from roots to leaves. Adhesion, the attraction between water molecules and the surface of plant cells, helping water move up the xylem. Next is cohesion, the attraction between water molecules themselves, allowing them to be pulled up the xylem as a continuous column. Next question is question number 9. राइट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन। बच्चों हमें कुछ टर्म्स दिए हुए हैं, हमने उनके बीच में क्या करना है, डिफरेंस लिखना है। हम कुछ टर्म्स आर micronutrients and macronutrients, hydrophytes and xerophytes, monocot root and dicot root, transpiration and translocation, translocation and ascent of sap, xylem and phloem, pattern of gas exchange in leaves and roots. So first time I pass difference between micronutrients and macronutrients. Micronutrients, essential nutrients required in small quantities, for example boron, copper, iron. Macronutrients, essential nutrients required in large quantities, for example carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. Next is difference between hydrophytes and xerophytes. Hydrophytes, plants adapted to aquatic environments, for example water lilies, seagrasses. Xerophytes, plants adapted to dry environments, for example cacti, succulents. Next is difference between monocot root versus dicot root. Monocot root, one main root, taproot with many small roots, for example grasses, lilies. Dicot root, two main roots, taproot and secondary root with many smaller roots, for example roses, sunflowers. Next is transpiration versus translocation. Transpiration, water movement through a plant from roots to leaves and evaporation into air. Translocation, movement of nutrients, sugars and substances within a plant. Next is translocation versus ascent of sap. Translocation, movement of substances within a plant through phloem tissue. Ascent of sap, movement of water and minerals up the xylem tissue from root to leaves. Next is xylem versus phloem. Xylem, tissue transporting water and minerals from roots to leaves. Phloem, tissue transporting nutrients, sugars and substances produced by photosynthesis. Next is pattern of gas exchange in leaves and roots. In leaves, CO2 is absorbed, oxygen is released during daytime photosynthesis, some carbon dioxide leaves, oxygen absorbed at night respiration. Roots, carbon absorbed respiration constantly as roots lack chloroplast. हमारी शॉर्ट कोर्सेज कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं, होपफुली आपको समझ आ गए होंगे. इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट यू कैन आस्क इन कमेंट सेक्शन. प्लीज लाइक शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब माय यूट्यूब चैनल. थैंक यू.